Hey everyone, Rick here from Hamilton Sports Central for another live watch along as we have the Ottawa Redblacks at the Montreal Alouettes, and I'm wearing an Alouettes hat because I picked the Alouettes to win tonight. And let's see what Montreal can do if Montreal gets a blowout tonight or not. Oops. Or how is Ottawa going to lose tonight? Because if Ottawa loses, they always come up with a new way to lose. Um, yes, anything can happen in the CFL, Kate. It would be embarrassing because you'd see so many memes like the fraud alert. Ooh, they're talking about this in the States. That's even worse. Jess says this year. Ooh. If Montreal loses, that's going to be Alexander's first loss at home. Interesting. Interesting. And we already have 19 people already, and the game hasn't even started yet. This over here. This over. Oh, we don't worry about those. I gotta deal with a TV commercial. Not every bunkers. This. No, I want to move this. No, I don't. See, I wish I could put it over here. Oh, we're up to 26 people. Appreciate everyone for joining. We're just waiting for the game to kick off. We're probably doing the national anthem. Jake Muir has 246 for 235, 2,680 yards, 12 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Davis Alexander is 219 for 303, 3,140 yards, 18 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Greg Bell has 66 carries for 242 yards, average of 3.67, 0 touchdowns. Travis Tice has 109 carries, 700 yards, and an average of 6.42 and 6 touchdowns. Justin Hardy is 48 for 69, 0 drops. Ooh, it even tells you drops, too. So let's go, let's see if it tells me this. Yeah. Stephen Patagiucci. The kickoff is returned. You can get groceries for a year, 2, and you get $1 million. Which, remember, folks, Saturday we have Hamilton at Toronto. Last time Hamilton was at Toronto, someone won $1 million last year. Oh, I've never seen Marshall Ferguson and Glenn Sutter do play-by-play together. $145 yards to the last 2 games for Keelan White. $51 and 44 for a career for Ryan Dinwiddie, 0-9 this season. Jason Moss is 80, 54 and 1 for his career, 8-1 this season. Ottawa's going to get the ball first. Diaz kicks off for 58 yards, the Ottawa 22. Pimpleton returns it for 18 yards to the Ottawa 40. Oh. Jake Muir passes to White for 7 yards to the Ottawa 47. Richards with the tackle. Takes out the cameraman. No, you say that as if it's a good thing that Ottawa's struggling this year. Greg Bell rushes for 3 yards to the Ottawa 50. Canton Arku with the tackle, so it's going to be short and or 3rd inches.
Get a run game going would certainly help Coach Dinwiddie's cause here to try and create the opportunity and get the upset. Greg Bell, the fewest touches of any tailback per game in the CFL this year. Now, in fairness to Coach Dinwiddie,
Let's go, Barnes. Can Barnes get the job done? So Barnes gets the first down, so Jake Mayer comes back out. Mayer passes to McDonald for 10 yards to the Montreal 50, and he actually doesn't fumble the ball this time, which is actually surprisingly.
Once again for the Ottawa Redblacks. Flags fly on the snap. Punching his way to the right-hand side. Once again goes Barnes. He has it quickly offside here.
Barnes rushes for 2 yards to the Montreal 48, and it's Montreal offside for 5 yards, so there's no play, and Ottawa gets the first down at the Montreal 45. Jake Mayer passes to Keelan White for 0 yards to the Montreal 45. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Jake Mayer passes to Keelan White for 17 yards to the Montreal 28. Perellis with the tackle. Can Ottawa get the first touchdown of the game? Just about under 11 minutes left to go. Still 0-0. Ball's within striking range of a field goal, even if Ottawa doesn't get a touchdown here. Jake Mayer passes to Jake Hardy for 13 yards to the Montreal 50. Najee Murray with the tackle. Or Justin Hardy. I don't know why Jake Hardy for. It's Justin Hardy.
He knew what was coming in here. It's going to be just that big route down the field, and he knew immediately safety or interior linebacker is going to be lining him up on that big route. Take care, put it right on him so he can protect himself. Don't look now, Suits. It's money time. Something the Redblacks all so much through this year. Jake Mayer is 5 for 5 in this opening drive. 4 yards. What can he do here inside the score zone? Rips this one, and his first incompletion is a knockdown courtesy.
Jake Mayer's pass to Cade McDonald is incomplete, broken up by Canton Arku. 2nd and 10.
Canton Arku is going to come from the top of the line here, and he is unblocked off the edge. He just delays a split second. So Zachary Belbel, he doesn't see him coming. He's locked up. Free off the edge, and he gets the knockdown. They have struggled in the red zone this year. Under 50%, I believe. Former first-round pick of the Alouettes, 2024, knocks it down. Mayer, who looks over the middle of the field. Khalil Pimpleton makes the grab. Kennedy has a hold of him and gets him down in and around the 5. They'll be close to the yardage needed, and a flag comes out at the end of the play.
There's a flag, but does Pimpleton get enough yards is the question.
A little congratulatory slap to the helmet that time of his quarterback, and Dinwiddie looks on to see what down and distance he has and what the penalty is, because that was a catch shy of the first down marker, I believe. I'm not sure if he got that extra yard. I don't think he did.
Mayer passed Pimpleton for 5 yards to the Montreal 5. Roughing the passer, or unnecessary roughness, Kennedy 4 yards. So they go from the 5 to the 1. So just within one play, you go from the 15 to the 1.
It's not a restricted penalty. It would be first down at the 1 yard line. Kennedy is not sure why. Feel his hand getting hooked inside the helmet, I guess, at the end of the play here. So get a great look at it from our CFL and CSL. Yeah, there's the left hand underneath the helmet. Lucky that a little bit didn't lose his helmet there. Boss watching on. His all-powerful offense hasn't touched the field.
And Ottawa get in from the 1.
And it's Barnes in his short yardage gets stacked up. It's still they never are begging for a touchdown.
They're saying no. Second and goal from the 1.
Don't think they gave it to him. Well, we talked about the struggles in the
So Mittens, are you? Let me see here.
1 yard line. There's been many a time when Ottawa
Oops.
settled for field goals inside
Ooh, second and goal, and they still didn't get in. Is this on?
that offensive line that get their pad level
So if you're in the audience, you can watch on CBS Sports. I can't. Oh, the link? Yeah, I can share the link. I just can't share it actually on my screen because there's the link.
hurry the snap count and try to catch maybe the Montreal defensive line moving around and not set. He's going to go to the right. Beveret's going to come right up over and make contact immediately. Look at him get airborne. He's the guy who starts this fight. And then he brings it back. Michael Alway in there. How about Beveret? Over the top. Bolshman gets in there from the safety spot. There we go. They've done it 2 different ways.
Oh.
It hasn't worked in short yards, so Jake Mayer checks back into the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to throw.
Incomplete. They don't even go for 3 points, and there's a flag. Are they saying defensive pass interference first down? Oh, they do get pass interference. That's another first down. So you can't get it on the first try. You can't get it on the second try. Third try, you go, and then it's defensive pass interference, so you get another three tries. So the was on Montreal West Sutton for defensive pass interference. Yeah, 3 more downs. That's right. Barnes finally gets that 1 yard for the touchdown. But the question is, they got the touchdown now. At what point do they not lead anymore? Is the question. Because you know, Alexander, you're not gonna get, not gonna to go blow for blow. So the question is,
So I was I googled it how to watch Dunedin.
Yeah, I have every time I go on to my account from my room, it asks me on my phone.
Yeah. No, but if you watch a video on your phone, you can broadcast onto your TV. Just do it through Apple Play.
Yeah, I always get the notifications on my phone.
So I just wanted to let you know how you can do it to your smart TV. Because I could probably do it if your TV was on. I could probably broadcast it down here.
Yeah, I'm not.
I didn't know there was a big football game on a Wednesday.
First off, it's Thursday.
Oh, is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
Oh.
I'd get angry if it was Wednesday.
Why?
Because I've already put it up with enough crap with certain people today.
No, because I was going to text you and tell you that you could go watch the Guerrero play. Because he's D18.
So they couldn't get it on the first try. They couldn't get it on the second try. So Mayor goes to throw it on the third try. Montreal gets defensive pass interference, so they get 3 more tries.
So it took him 6 tries to get
Well, no, it took him 4 tries to get the touchdown.
Oh.
So Getman kicks it off for 73 yards to the Montreal 7. Dedman returns it for 50 yards to the Montreal 53. Hello, Isidore. Yeah, I don't know. I got red shorts on today too. It just, I don't know. Scott, are you talking about the defensive pass interference? To be honest, I don't even know what the roughing the passer was to get them down to the 1 originally. I'm hoping to go 4-0 this week with my predictions. We'll have to see how things go. I don't know if you guys know, but today the first 20 prospects were announced for the next spring's CFL draft. How did I hex my team? My team's not playing. Listen, Isidore. So I was actually looking at the 3 Down Nation article, and of the 20 prospects that are listed, there's only one U Sport player. Everyone else is down in the States. So I'm hoping as the season goes on, like the Ryan Hughes, Wilfred Laurier, I'm hoping that as the year goes on, more U Sports players get recognized for the draft. But yeah, Hamilton is my team. Rich, I'm not going 3-1. Listen, Kenny Lawler's ready for a breakout game, and every time Kenny Lawler goes to Toronto, he has a breakout game. Yes, Isidore, Hamilton is my team. Vice rushes for 7 yards to the Ottawa 46. Cormier with the tackle, so it's 2nd and 2. Just remember, we've already beat Toronto once already. Davis Alexander is 8-1. Davis Alexander already has an incomplete to Sneed. Sneed was kind of offside at the beginning, but yeah, this is Ottawa. Yeah, Milt was saying, I don't know what's worse, being 0-10 or being the team that other team wins their first game. So it's a punt by Montreal this early. That's interesting. Ooh, it's a penalty because it goes sideways, out of bounds. Illegal punt. So Zima punts 23 yards to the Ottawa 23. It's an illegal punt by Montreal, so they go up 10 yards. So they start at the 33. Listen. Rich says, we will see. Rick, remember who's sitting beside you. Okay. Rich, remember what hat you told me you were wearing. So this is coming from an Argo fan who's wearing a Ticat hat. Ottawa with a stiff upper lip. Actually, you know what? Oh no, I don't have it on this one. Let's get this switched to this one. Actually, I'll have to do it this way. Nope. Crap. Did it again. Don't you worry, people. I'll fix it. Because what I was trying to do was pull this up so I can. No, that's not what I want. Back. This is what I want. Do I have anyone playing on my team tonight? Chase, Philpott, Wheatfall, Cypress. Okay.
The CFL on TSN is brought to you in part by The Score Bet, an official gaming partner of the CFL.
I'm still rooting for the Argos. Can't help that. My favorite. Yeah, I know. I missed the birthday sub, but I heard about the. Yeah, so I actually have a video of it, Isidore. Greg Bell rushes for 3 yards to the Ottawa 36. Canton Arcu with the tackle. So it's funny, Isidore. So when we first arrived at the stadium, so it was me, Dan, Adam, Jacob, and John. And we walk into the stadium, and this guy goes, do you guys want to help us with something? It was a Ticat rep. I didn't think of it. Adam said maybe. I said sure. So he asked the 5 of us to carry out the Canadian flag onto the field. So that was the big first thing. Mayer passes to Justin Hardy for 16 yards to the Ottawa 52. Canton Arcu with the tackle. So we did the Canadian Maple Leaf flag. Then it came up to the Jumbotron, and I said, Jacob, watch the Jumbotron. And then it said, happy, I think it's 37th birthday, Dan Moore from the Analyst Desk crew. And then I made him wear a birthday hat and a pin that says it's birthday boy on it. I thought it was funny. Ooh. Greg Bell actually got some rushing yards. But there's a possible hold.
Absolutely, yeah. As we see an injured Redblack down on the turf. Greg Bell getting outside the edge there, and then a nice little cutback. There's the around the helmet grab. That's probably one of them from David Perales. It looks like Anthony Gosselin, the 9-year veteran out of Sherbrooke, the Bavaria, is the injured Redblack down on the turf.
Gosselin is the injured Redblack on the turf. Come on, ref. Let's hear it. Come on. Come on, Croker. Let's go. Today, while we're young, just say it already. Come on, Croker. Let's go, Croker. Okay, so Greg Bell rushes for 12 yards to Montreal 46. Boschman with the tackle. They have illegal block declined on Montreal, but there's a face mask. Perales, 15 yards. So they go eventually from the Ottawa 52 to the Montreal 31. And it's a first down. You know what? I'm actually quite surprised Major or Peru is not doing this game, considering that it's in Montreal and having a bilingual ref. I guess that's not a thing anymore. Oh, and do you see more flags flying? And it's offside. In Berglund, 5 yards. So it's 1st and 5 from the 26.
This is a shocking start early on. The Ottawa Redblacks are in control right now, deciding what they want to do with this football game. Well, I would say pretty much all 4 of the D linemen jumped in the neutral zone there. The block thickens, they'll empty it out. Off the 3-man rush as Mayer looks to throw. Everhart comes back, shoulder in, and Boschman came over. Is it simultaneous?
And Jake Mayer throws an interception. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you keep it short like you were doing? Ugh. Ryan Dinwiddie, what were you thinking? And you throw it in triple coverage. Or double coverage. Ugh. I don't get what he was thinking. I honestly don't. Like, you had all the momentum on your side because you had 3 straight penalties.
Yeah, Marshall, so thrilled to be joined by members of our Canadian flag team who returned home with some hardware. To my left, quarterback of the women's flag team, Sarah Parker. To my right, Marc-Antoine Dubois, former Montreal Alouettes. Sarah, I'd like to start with you because not only did this women's team go over there, qualify for LA 2028, you ladies made a statement being crowned world champions. So as a player who's been playing the game since a young girl to have gone over there, qualified, earned gold, and MVP honors, what does it all mean to you? It means everything. Really, it was the best weekend ever. We had so much fun. We did it together. We got to celebrate our qualification, and then we just topped it off with a gold medal, and I couldn't be happier. Well, from gold to bronze, Marc-Antoine Dubois, it was a bronze medal game.
So it is an interception.
To earn that berth to LA 2028, thrilling overtime win against Mexico. I want to ask you about how your experience.
Alexander passes to Speaker for 38 yards, the Ottawa 42. This is where Montreal gets hot again. So if you kept it short at medium passes, you could have went up 14-0. Now Montreal's going to come back and tie the game. Alexander rushes for 12 yards to the Ottawa 30. Cloyd with the tackle.
Congratulations, both of you. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Duquois going to take my play-by-play job. Duquois doesn't get back on the field at free safety. But congratulations.
Scott, that's basically the same thing I'm saying. If you just stick to the medium to short plays like you're running, you would have been up 14-0. And now Montreal's going to tie it within seconds. Tice rushes for 6 yards to the Ottawa 24. Is it all right? I completely agree. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Alexander passes to Speaker for 7 yards to the Ottawa 17. Cormier with the tackle.
Outside here, you know, when you give the Montreal Alouettes, this 8-1 team, a little crack of the opening of the door, like Ottawa did with the interception going the other way, they could have gone up by 10, even with a field goal there. Didn't because of that throw and interception by Beauchamp. Now they're knocking on the door. Alexander pulls, pumps to his right, pressure coming, and gets it away. It is complete. Tyson Philpott. Kind of like over on the Montreal sideline after that first 2 and out, the alarm clock went off when Beauchamp made the interception. Yeah. And they went, oh, okay, let's get back to our game. Big throw to Speaker. Now they're inside.
Alexander Philpott for 9 yards to the Ottawa 8. Cormier with the tackle.
Those icy white uniforms on their heels right now, backpedaling as backup quarterback Terry Wilson is in. Third stringer to be exact as he plunges his way to the right-hand side, and looks like he's got enough for the first down. Offside, Ottawa defensive line. After this is first down.
Wilson rushes for 2 yards to the Ottawa 6. Offside on Ottawa, so it's going to be a first down at the Ottawa 4. Alexander's already 3 for 4 for 54 yards. Did I pick Alexander as my captain? Yeah, I did. There's a flag on the play. I don't know. Montreal players are running to their bench.
That pulls Cormier down inside to try and make sure he keeps contained on the run, and he can't get into a drop or get under field block in that throw. Got him quickly and introduced himself to Marcus Barnes. He thought maybe a little contact after he had.
Yeah, they are making it look easy.
The officials talking things over after a 7-play, 80-yard drive. Just 3 minutes and 39 seconds after the Nate Beauchemin interception. The youngest Alouette, 23 years young, is Beauchemin out of the University of Calgary in his second year, a second-round draft pick. Gets the football back for Davis Alexander. Drives the Owls the length of the field.
So, objectable conduct, Lestage, 10 yards.
After the play, 15-yard misconduct foul against Montreal number 66. That 15-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff and will move to the convert. Olivier Lestage has the flag go against him. Holding left guard in his 5th year at the University of Montréal Alouettes. Had a great conversation with him this week. Great guy, interesting character, and a hard-nosed, classic Canadian offensive lineman. But takes the penalty there, and it would be
And it wouldn't be a thing if we didn't have this. Tosh down. Yeah, all it took was Montreal or Ottawa to do something freaking stupid for Montreal to come back and score a touchdown right away. Ottawa could still been up by touchdown still, but they decided to make a dumbass move. Oh, lineman, yes. But now it's a brand new game, 0-0. Brand new game. I wish that yeah, it's funny because I said to the guys on the pregame, like, what's a dumb way that Hamilton or Ottawa's going to lose? I should have said interception. Because Ottawa has to come up with multiple scores before halftime. Because Montreal will get the ball in the second quarter.
Tried to go to Everhart and got an interception by Nate Beauchemin. That kind of set the alarm clock off for Montreal. They put a drive together and tied the score that quickly. 1st and 5, you know, it's a dilemma for Coach Dinwiddie in some ways because you don't want to get too conservative and just start to sort of play not to lose.
Okay, let's go.
Be aggressive and go after it, but
ooh, they're kicking from their 15.
return after the touchdown extra point. Pendleton pulled backwards for just a moment and then takes a big wall. It looks like Jonathan Sutherland.
Diaz kicks off for 72 yards, the Ottawa 23. Pimpleton returns it for 20 yards, the Ottawa 43. Michael Agwe with the tackle. Oh, great. They're going to, if they lose, they tie the Hamilton Wildcats from 48 to 49. Bell rushes for 6 yards, the Ottawa 49. Terrell Richards with the tackle. Yes, I agree, Azura. Let's see what you got.
That's why we play the game. Now, in order to get that first win, Ottawa's got to figure out how to get past the adversity, let it go, and don't let that adversity stack into another bad decision, another bad play, another bad choice. Sports wouldn't be very fun if you just looked at the records and said, you know what, they win. Yeah, they had a better record come no question. Got to play them. Mayer looks out to his right-hand side, and Justin Hardy gets a foot down.
Mayer passes to Hardy for 15 yards to the Montreal 46. First down, Redblacks. Says no way. 20 yards is nice. Says no way. It's not raining. Hardy already has 3 catches for 44 yards. Adnaboye rushes for 4 yards. Okay, so they're mixing out the ball.
But Mayer and the Redblacks offense was not the problem in their loss on the road here in Montreal earlier this season. It so happens that Davis Alexander outplayed Mayer at the end. Well, here's another example, though. You're second and medium, second and 6. So it's an interesting situation. You go conservative here, maybe screen, bubble screen.
Jake Mayer throws incomplete to Eberhardt, so it's 3rd and 6 from the Montreal 42.
You're not questioning throwing the football, or at least trying to on 2nd and 6. But you're in field goal range, so in the case of Jake Mayer and trying to make good decisions, you throw it outside like that to Eberhardt. If you can't get there, incomplete, you put your field goal team out there to see if you can add 3 to the score. Lowther comes out to attempt from 49 yards away. Right on the edge of that, and the ball is all over the place, and they'll think about ripping it out, and they do. It's Cambianento. He's got the football ripped it away from the holder, and Ento with a cavalcade in front of him.
Wow. Wow.
If you're going to see it, it was going to be with Ottawa. Big moment. And a drop as the Redblacks have momentum. Noah Getman couldn't hang on, and Cambianento.
So they're going to go for the field goal, but Getman screws up the hold, and then Ottawa fumbles the ball, and Montreal runs it back. Always new ways to lose. 7-yard loss, and then fumbled, and then Ento recovered and returned it for 49 yards to the Ottawa 12. Ottawa ain't winning tonight. I'm telling you that for a fact. Ottawa's not winning tonight.
Trying to find any way to create momentum and a slow start relative to how their year has gone. How's this for business? Is just a routine field of 49, but slips right through the hands of Noah Getman. Brett Lowther had no chance to kick it, and then all heck broke loose.
And Noah Getman's got to understand that if you drop it out of the gate there, it's over. You got to get up, and it's the fire drill. He waited, tried to reset it, and there was no chance there. Now it took way too long, and Ento had to go the other way.
Turnovers already for the Redblacks now. Montreal capitalized. Alexander looks to throw. Nice catch by Cole Speaker, wrapped up at the 10-yard line. But in a season where you haven't won any games,
Alexander passes Speaker for 2 yards to the Ottawa 10. Barnes with the tackle.
From center to holder.
Oh, CFL is definitely fun and interesting in many ways.
That whole process, if you drop the ball, it's game over, it's fire. You got to get out there, and there is a fire drill set into it. That took too long, and Ento's got him on the doorstep.
Nice tackle from Marcus Barnes in his first year at William and Mary. That time to stop Cole Speaker. Creates 2nd and 8. Pressure coming from the Redblacks. Alexander throws to the front corner of the end zone. And they'll say it's a catch, but just shy of the goal.
Alexander passes to Ferdinand for 9 yards to the Ottawa 1. So it's just outside the end zone. I bet that play sent popcorn flying, popcorn yellow, smile, popcorn. Isidore, don't make me go make popcorn, please. You're going to make me go make popcorn at halftime. I'm going to blame it on you.
And it pulled him back from the goal line to the 1.
Ferdinand, undrafted 2025 out of Carleton, making plays here in his 2nd season as the short yardage.
Wilson in at QB on the first and goal.
3rd year out of New Mexico. Wilson to the right-hand side as flags fly. Touchdown, Alouettes.
And Wilson has the touchdown, but there's a flag on the play. Ottawa's offside. So the touchdown is good. Just like that, Alouettes score 14 unanswered points. Here we go again. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go.
Montreal is going to take full advantage of that mistake in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know how he still has a job too. Mind you, I don't know how Ryan did when he throws a deep pass for that interception in the first quarter when everything that he was doing was perfectly fine.
Your record tells you everything you need to know about yourself at this point, and unfortunately that will go on the Football Follies DVD at the end of the season as Terry Wilson punches this one in. Alouettes lead 37.
Actually, you know what? Isidore, you got me wanting to go make some now, so I'm going to go make some.
been a long time coming for the Ottawa Redblacks. It's their last victory against the Montreal Alouettes. Over 1,400 days to be exact, as Montreal has owned Ottawa for an extensive period of time. And here we are once again, the back and forth battle, with the Alouettes taking advantage of the Redblacks' mistakes.
Nick Arbuckle has been a Grey Cup MVP with the Argos since then, and he was the starting quarterback in that game.
Incredible. As Bill Hamilton with a flag down on the field, returns this one to the 50. And yeah, Bob Dice is now the defense coordinator in Hamilton, right? Head coach of the Ottawa Redblacks. Last time they got that victory.
But some building blocks here. You just saw one on the return. Khalil Pimpel. No question, a player. Turning to build off.
Holding.
Dinwiddie with Aiden Eberhard. Great free agent signing in the offseason to get Eberhard over. Got a couple of Canadians they're testing out in the secondary in this game tonight, in Ambers and Cumberbatch. So, there are some good linebacking core. Niles Morgan was a late scratch, but a good linebacking core.
Certainly got leadership in that linebacking group with Niles Morgan and C.J. Revis, as well as Morgan being a standout player. Started to elevate his game, getting the opportunity over A.J. Allen, who came over free agency from Saskatchewan. The offense on the field here for Ottawa, they'll hand it off to Greg Bell, another free agency addition that they had high hopes for at the start of the season, that drives his legs. There's a tackle attempt here from Lorenzo Burns alongside Wesley Sutton. It's a gain of 10.
So now, when they're fighting self-doubt, which you know they are, because they're pro football players, yes, but they're also human beings, and it's been a tough season, obviously. So now they're fighting self-doubt, but you can't look up at the scoreboard now if you're Ottawa at all. All you can do is think about this particular play right now on 1st and 10. That's it. Do I got my man? Do I know my responsibility? Lean on the veterans.
Handed off once again. Ground game trying to get going on first days on the eyes. So interesting of Sean McEwen there, looking left and looking right, and locked in, focused, communicating to his guards and his tackles.
Lock in, because all that you can control now, from stoicism for you, the dichotomy of control. What can you control is all you think about, and what they can control is their assignment on this 2nd and long.
Now we're going to get into some serious business. Got my popcorn. Greg Bell rushes for 10 yards to the Ottawa 20, and then he rushes 2 yards to the 22, and then Montreal just scores another touchdown. Run one back while Rick popping popcorn. Mayer throws another interception for a pick 6. Oh, wrong one. I'm going to say this. As long as Jake Mayer's your quarterback, you ain't winning a game. I told you this game would be a blowout by halftime. Yep, easy pickings. 3 turnovers. Well, we know Ottawa wasn't going to win tonight.
Well, they went 2-0 their first offensive series. After Jake Mayer had drove the ball, took 7 minutes to finish with a major.
Hamilton looks confused.
Diaz kicks it off for 92 yards. Damn. Montreal gets a single.
8:48 remaining here in the second quarter, and the Redblacks, if they can themselves, they watch this one back.
So this was a first and 5 on the 26, Montreal's 26. The next time they got in field goal range, didn't want to go conservative. Now next time out, pick 6. I mean,
Mara throws to Pimpleton for 5 yards to the Ottawa 45. Beverett with the tackle. Oh, what did I pick?
you know, and we talked about the 300-yard games for Jake Mayer and that it wasn't necessarily just his fault that they were 0-9, but
Mary said less.
whether you think it's his or not, are you thinking McLeod Bethel Thompson at some point in this, like,
Mara throws to White for 6 yards for a first down. Burns with the tackle. Yeah, I definitely was not expecting him to punt 92 yards. Selfie for that kicker. Listen, if you can punt 92 yards, I'm sure you can kick a field goal for more than 70. Greg Bell rushes for 8 yards to the Montreal 51. Kenton Arku with the tackle. So, here's the question: Is this the game that Greg Bell's going to go off, but Jake Mayer struggles? So you have a run game, but not a pass play. Barnes rushes for 10 yards to the Montreal 41. Beverett with the tackle. Aidna Boye rushes for 6 yards to the Montreal 35. 2nd and 4. Kenton Arku with the tackle.
Montreal gets Mustafa Johnson back, as we mentioned, and basically have their starting group back and ready to go on defense. So Goldberg wants to make sure that they get back settled in, the communication is back down to the level.
Jake Mayer throws incomplete. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4 from the Montreal 35. Yeah, there's Daniel Aidna. Let's see if the holder can hold it properly this time. Brett Lawther misses his first field goal of the season. When Jacob predicted 50, was it 52 or 62? 62. Montreal can get that just by themselves. Ottawa's a mess. I don't even know what to say. Yeah, it's his first miss of the season, Azure. Alexander passes incomplete to Philpott to the Ottawa 37. Broken up by Ambers.
Down the rail, didn't it? And you know, with Davis Alexander and his great record, of course, 19-1 regular season, the one team to finally beat him was the Edmonton.
Alexander passes to Tice for 10 yards to the Montreal 50. Revis with the tackle.
You know, what jumped off the page for me, and there's a lot of super stats for Davis Alexander. I mean, we could pick when we talk about his pace and all of those things, but best completion percentage, 71.6 coming into this game, as any Montreal starting quarterback. That brings the conversation to Anthony Calvillo. Better than Rakeem Tatum?
Tice rushes for 8 yards to the Ottawa 52. Cloyd with the tackle. Yep, Lawther was the glue that was keeping everything together. Tice rushes for 9 yards to the Ottawa 43. Barnes with the tackle. Nothing like hand sanitizer at your desk. And 3-minute warning. What, my Puma shirt? I got the red shorts that go with this. You know, the shorts are made by a different company, but they're still red. Since my favorite color is red.
Strategy of Ottawa milking the clock in the first quarter. It was going oh so well, but then so many mistakes by the Redblacks. Montreal, they're looking great at home once again. We'll break it all down coming up at half.
Defense, the guy has got it covered for you coming up at halftime. As we kick things off in week number 12.
Milt's first coaching point. He walks into a room and says, hey, do it like I did it. Okay, guys?
Guys, just sit on the football. Don't do anything.
Do it like I did it.
Never know the strategy that could work for the Alouettes. It's been Alexander throwing for much of this year. He does again. Travis Tice sees
Let's go, Chase. Get me some yards. Get me some yards.
hits the green. Having the guts to throw the brakes on and churn for 14.
Travis Tice putting up some numbers for this Alouettes offense as well. I mean, not just rushing the ball, but also through the air. Great cutback here against the flow.
Look at that pocket too, Suits. That thing is so much space. Davis Alexander sorting his way through reads.
Managing the game. Yeah, pretty respectable stats. Yep. It's just going to be Montreal from here on out. Ooh, Lestage is injured.
Looked at by the training staff.
10th overall pick back in 21. He and his partner at left tackle, Nick Callender, are among the lowest in the league when it comes
Lestage has to come out for 3 plays because the medical team went out.
on their quarterback. And
Oh, wow. Sorry, my bad.
he has been outstanding. I mean, he and Callender have been in the top.
So Alexander passes to Tice for 14 yards to Ottawa 29.
This offense is putting up some big numbers.
Jason Moss didn't show much emotion there, but you can tell even without a look on his face how happy he was to see Lestage pop up onto his feet. As they'll hand it off inside, Tice goes to the left, comes back to the right, runs through contact once again.
Tice rushes for 9 yards to Ottawa 20. Cumberbatch with the tackle.
The speed bump, not the stop sign. That time gets just
Yet running it into the dressing room.
Travis Tice, out the tailbacks in the league, has the best average at almost 7 yards. I mean, 6.4 yards.
So
They're one of the top
I have a new theory.
PFF when it comes to
Ottawa does not know how to put together a complete game.
saying, yeah, keep running the ball. They love when you're running the ball, those guys up front.
But isn't it interesting attempting to show how much confidence they have. Lestage goes to the sideline, and they run towards left guard.
Oh, they fumbled the ball. Ottawa's going to get a touchdown, maybe. Wow.
Terry Wilson didn't know that the ball was out there, or he didn't look like it. Looked like the ball sat on the turf there for what felt like a minute. I mean, let's take another look. Here it goes, right under center. So it should be the direct snap, and it bounces off his hands. Oh, I see, he got knocked down. Couldn't get back there, but it seemed like it sat back behind the line of scrimmage for a while until a die scooped it.
Fumble snap lost for 5 yards. Adnaboye returns it for 57 yards. Mayer throws incomplete to Pimbleton. Kennedy broke it up. Israel, you know what? Watch. Before the next play comes up, watch. Mayer's going to throw another interception, and it's going to go the other way. Okapoko was the injured Redblack on the field. All that for nothing.
So I know that the panel's got their halftime hit all set up and ready, but I'm wondering what Coach Stiegel, if he's pulling Jake Mayer at halftime.
I would.
I think Coach Stiegel, and what about Coach Mark? I don't think there's the problem. I mean, you got Patty Bergman.
Lawler gets a 36-yard field goal. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one, my bad. My bad, I played the wrong one.
Alexander goes back to the controls of an offense that is never shy to take a shot.
Shamari Lawrence rushes for 2 yards to the Montreal 42. Tayala with the tackle.
You can see the disappointment in Davis Alexander's demeanor.
Huge hyphenated name there.
He knew that he was in a positive territory and a chance to bury Ottawa, but who goes over first thing on the sideline? The leader of that team, Davis Alexander, said, hey, don't worry about that one. We'll get that one back. Immediately. That's what good leaders do.
Gotta love it. Davis Alexander growing into his role game over game, and again, undefeated here at home, trying to continue that as he looks to throw.
Davis Alexander's speaker for 42 yards to the Ottawa 26. Revis with the tackle. Seems like tonight's speaker's night to go off. 4 for 89 yards. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with Berglund. Alexander sacked for 4 yards. Stafford with the sack.
Special throw from a special player. 42 yards. Now Alexander goes hunting. Pressure on, and he'll get thrown down. Ball popped out after he hit the turf. The sack credited to Jelani Stafford.
I would suggest there's a little frustration in that sack from Stafford, and was borderline unnecessary roughness. Got to give him full marks for the effort, beating the double team up there, but that sometimes those defensive line will get called for that pile drive.
We mentioned Lestage and Calgary.
Alexander passes to Ferdinand for 5 yards to the Ottawa 25. Cumberbatch with the tackle.
For the Alouettes leader against the four-man rush now. He goes underneath and another big hit. Cumberbatch drops Kasim Ferdinand. That's a GG on a Carlton Raven right there.
Well, that's what I mean about Eric Cumberbatch, King Ambers, a couple of draft picks for the Ottawa Redblacks that if they pan out, and they're getting a chance to see them, if they pan out, you can play 2 Canadians in the secondary, play a Canadian at your
Take that into halftime.
Cormier or AJ Allen. Those are building blocks.
And a bull frustration.
Oh, Diaz is 23 for 24, 95.8%.
Jose Maltos Diaz ready to go to work from 33 yards away. Burn the play clock. And Maltos Diaz. Money. Halftime coming up with Pete Grant, Ina Fuamba. David Sanchez, the specialist of the mid-hand slice.
And Coach Stiegel. And you know what? Coach Stiegel doesn't have to answer the question. He doesn't. They can do their thing. Because I know what his answer would be. I think he's making a change. I just...
Okay, so we'll start with the away team first.
It's smart. Because it's kind of like in hockey, even if it's not the goalie's fault, changing the goalie.
10 for 18, 98 yards, 2 interceptions for Jake Mayer. Greg Bell has 7 carries for 44 yards, 0 touchdowns. Barnes has 5 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Oh, well, never mind. Here I'm thinking that it was halftime, and it's not even halftime yet.
Again, after a gain of 11, Manto is just about everywhere on this defensive special teams tonight.
Yeah, how about that? First half for Kavion Ento.
Okay, now we can go do halftime. Can't try this again. So Greg Bell has 8 carries for 55 yards. Barnes has 5 carries for 12 yards and a touchdown. Daniel Adnaboye has 2 carries for 10 yards. Justin Hardy is 3 for 4 for 44 yards. Keelan White 4 for 4 for 30 yards. Pimbleton 2 for 6 for 15 yards. Cade McDonald 1 for 3 for 9 yards. And Aiden Eberhardt 0 for 2. You know what? I'm gonna snip this just because I want to bring it up at the post game. Lucas Cormier Marcus Burns and Cumberbatch all lead the defensive way with 3 defensive tackles. Stafford with the lone sack and Ade with the fumble recovery. Brett Lothar 1 for 2 for 36 yards and an extra point. And Ottawa still hasn't punted yet. Davis Alexander, 10 for 12, 140 yards and 1 touchdown. Travis Tice, 5 carries for 39 yards, no touchdowns. Davis Alexander, 1 carry for 12 yards and 0 touchdowns. Shamari Lord, 1 carry for 2 yards. Terry Wilson, 1 carry for 1 yard and a touchdown. Cole Speaker, 4 for 4 for 89. Thice, 2 for 2 for 24.
The whole first quarter, Bill's talking about milk the clock. He loses his job. I'm trying to shorten up the game, baby. Shorten up the game. That's the best strategy. You know what, though? I will give Blake credit, too. He said that if Bill was a coach, everyone would need to be Bill Stiegler. He was saying that all the time, and that's why you're never in coaching. Exactly. All right, Chaz. Look, it's tough sometimes when it comes to Ottawa because we don't want to sit here every night and obviously look at every little mistake that they do. But sometimes
Cassian Ferdinand, 2 for 2 for 14 yards. Tyson Philpott, 2 for 3 for 13 yards and a touchdown. Canton Arku, 6 defensive tackles to lead the way. No sacks. Boschman and Ento each with an interception. Diaz 1 for 3, 33 yards on the longest, 3 extra points. And yeah.
Touchdown now, and of course, a penalty brings it back. Those are the type of mistakes when you're not. We said it over and over again. They're not the most talented football team, but they make plays like that in games against a good team. Just simply can't have mistakes like that. So those are the ones I don't like. The aggression, I like that. When you're a mediocre team, it's difficult to overcome those mistakes. Great teams can do it, but when you're the worst team in the league, you're not overcoming these mistakes. Every opportunity you get to score, I don't care how many points it is, you got to take advantage of it. And that has not been the case for these Redblacks. Yes, they are lacking in talent. Let's be honest about that. But they've had some opportunities, and they haven't taken full advantage of it. So it's not only the coaches, it's all those guys on the field. And I know they're saying the talent's not there, but they've had some opportunities. Are they going to beat the Montreal Alouettes? No, they're not going to beat the Montreal Alouettes. But let's make it a competitive game. And if you come out and play like you did in that first half, this is going to be they're going to put up a 50-burger, as they say. So let's hope they can come out and make a competitive game, and let's hope they come out and struggle about that. When you lose so much after a while, being in a locker room like this, I know the conversation in the locker room comes down. Sadly, let's not get embarrassed. And I think this is
well, let's not get embarrassed. It's too late for that, Wamba.
Say that in the locker room? I've heard it. Let's not get embarrassed. Let's not get embarrassed on the football field right now. And that is what's happening. And there's one play in particular that I want to talk about. And earlier before the game, we're talking about how selfish you can become just because you want to, when you think about yourself. This is a prime example of just that right there. Football is a team game. You have to play with the guys on the other side. Travis Tice is a great player. He's a really good player. In the open field, he's been tougher to tackle. We see 3 Ottawa Redblacks players right there. 3 of them. And the sad part is, to me, when I watch film, if I go back to watch film the following day and I'm a coach, that is the stuff that makes it embarrassing because there's 3 of us. And we talk about it. It's communication. Out. You fight, tackle that. This is the best case scenario for a defensive team. You want to have 3 guys on 1 person. And so it's all about communication. And right now, you can tell these guys are thinking, I'm by myself. They can't communicate. They don't even know each other's name yet. They just started playing together yesterday. They're trying to figure out each other's names. By the way, I think you might think you don't want to think in your head. You
been on the team that bad. I've been on some bad teams.
Al's with the big lead. Dave Naylor stopping by to talk about the changes in Ottawa.
Coach Dingles, never. Milk the clock.
Milk the clock. See what Naylor says about the changes. And then I have some audio to play from earlier today's practice. I want to see what McManus has to say, and I want to see what Kenny the King Waller has to say. But we'll wait to see what Naylor has to say first. Do. Stupid TV commercials. Oh, you know what? I want to go see what I have for my season long. If I set up my season long or not. Okay, because I need a quarterback for Sunday. Do. Bum. And run back. Now, you know who's been getting good as of late is Cypress. Drop him. So, Isidore, there's a place in Hamilton that sells them. I put him up here. Oh, Hamilton, they'll be on BC Lions.
Alongside our CFL insider Dave Naylor, and Dave, some big changes in the nation's capital this week. Adrian Sierra officially out as president. What does it mean for this position moving forward?
Well, I spoke to Mark Gowdy, president and CEO of Ottawa Sports and Entertainment Group, and he said they are going to begin conversations immediately about filling that role. And the priority is going to be somebody with a football background. I think they're looking for somebody that can kind of understand both the business of football and the marketing and all the other side of that. But I think it's clear that a football person in that role is the priority. They know they've got to get the football side of things fixed. And the conversations are beginning, I think, immediately. They're going to go on over the next several weeks and months. In terms of a timeline, they haven't been committed to that other than to say they'd like to have this person in place sometime in 2026. And the other thing I think that's important in this is that Adrian Sierra's role, he had multiple roles within OSAG, including the junior hockey team, the Ottawa 67s. Mark Gowdy said he wants somebody who is focused on the Ottawa Redblacks 365 days a year.
Now, you have to ask the question, when we saw Adrian's name and him moving on, what does this mean now for Sean Burke and Ryan Dinwiddie?
Well, let's start with Ryan Dinwiddie. Mark Gowdy said he called him the cornerstone around which they're going to build.
So Ryan Dinwiddie's the cornerstone.
This roster, of course, it predates him, and they still believe very strongly in Ryan Dinwiddie based on his success, of course, before getting to Ottawa. So he will be a firm part of the future. In Sean Burke's case, they've had just one playoff appearance in now 5 seasons, unless, assuming they don't make the playoffs this year, that would be 1 in 5. And I think it's difficult to say, as Mark Gowdy said, everything is kind of on the table. And whether Sean Burke might be able to be with the organization, perhaps in some different role, whether he's there, whether he's not, those are things that are going to be determined. But I think they are operating sort of independently as they pursue this new president role, regardless of what other changes may happen.
Remember 50 Cent Hockey Cards, yep.
Already made, we'll have to wait and see if there are any more coming to the Ottawa Redblacks. Of course, they have a game to finish here tonight. The Redblacks currently down 25-10. And Coach Steve, what is going on, Coach?
Stop that. Really no feeling for football. It's something that I'm actually good at, but it's also something that I continue to get better at. Football is motivating me because of the challenge.
Rushing yards.
Physically, I'm part of something bigger than myself. I really love this game. I'm not just doing it for the money. I continue to chase my dream regardless of how hard it got. I have so much fun playing this game. There's nothing else like it. All you gotta do is look to your left and your right, and when you're in a meeting room with your teammates, that's enough motivation. My dad passed when I was 10, and I didn't know how to really deal with the issue. So football kind of was like the only way I could express myself and yell and scream and not get in trouble for doing something crazy and hitting something. Like when I put the helmet on, it was just like I was in my own space. Nobody could say nothing else to me. Like everything else didn't matter no more. I was just me in the field. I could potentially change my whole
Team. Let's see what we got this week.
You gotta be real. You gotta be yourself.
Harris, Roundtree, speaker. Of course, I didn't dress speaker.
I believe since I was 6 years old, I still believe to this day. I owe a big credit to my dad. I owe a big credit to my mom. Sacrificed so many things to be able to see me live out my dream. I've been going at this since I've been 5 years old. What do you want to be when you're older? I want to
Be a ball player.
and a damn good one. I'm very passionate about this game. That is my superpower. Life has changed drastically from losing my dad, going from the third string to first string to, what people are saying, being the franchise quarterback.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Has Hamilton named a starting quarterback yet? No, but we will know first thing tomorrow when the depth charts come out. Because they have on the injury report that Frost is available. But just because he's available doesn't necessarily mean he'll be starting. Yes, they have him as available. But if he's dealing with a back injury, I still wouldn't start him this week, though. I'd be starting Ford this week. Put Frost in the one game. Bring Doge in as a backup. And then Jake Dolegala as your third string.
started so well for the Ottawa Redblacks, but the Alouettes have stormed their way back into this one. Head coach of Ottawa, Ryan Dinwiddie's alongside our Pepe Laval.
Coach, you look at the first quarter, your team controlled most of it before things shifted. How do you contain this Alouettes offense?
Yeah, we got to sustain some drives. I thought the defense did some good things, right? We got to tackle a lot better, especially on second down. But, we get to the 2 scores. And other than that, I thought we played decent football.
At this time, are you considering a quarterback change at all?
We'll continue to let Jake go, and if we feel like that's going to give us a spark, we'll make that decision.
Take the time.
Yeah, thank you.
So Jake Maier's still going to be Jake Maier's still going to be going in as the starting quarterback for Ottawa.
710 benchmark has only been achieved 6 times in CFL history, not since Ricky Ray in 2005 for Edmonton. Will he get to continue slinging it? Will McLeod Thompson take over at some point and try to lead the Redblacks back against the highly talented Montreal Alouettes?
Was it just me, or was Coach Dinwiddie a little surprised by the question? I think the question had to be asked. Good job by Kenson.
Well, a lot of people interested in finding out the answer, as are we. This opening possession will go to the Montreal Alouettes. We're going to look at Davis Alexander in the first half of action here at home.
Yeah, they didn't hit the alarm clock until the second series. It was after the Nate Boschman interception that the offense got rolling. It was that very next drive after the interception we found the end zone. Tyson Philpott doesn't have big numbers as far as yardage go, does have the touchdown. But they got it going, especially in that second quarter.
A little bit of the swagger there from Davis Alexander as well.
Come on.
Mustache is left guard about that this week.
Why are we being late on giving us this information? Lothar kicks off for 69 yards to the 11. Dedman returns 31 to the Montreal 42. Tice rushes for 10 yards to the Montreal 52. Barnes with the tackle.
Just seal down blocks so that Tice can make that jump cut to the left. A little help from the fullback and Jacob Mason.
Tice all smiles all the time with the opportunity he's been given in this offense. Making the most of it here in 2026. This time Alexander plays off and flips it to Sneed. And in between coverage, this is the battles we're trying to defend. The high power.
Alexander passes to Sneed for 17 yards to the Ottawa 41.
Their conversation at halftime was
Dugaba with the tackle.
wrap it up in the third quarter. Start with the football. Finish with the major. Get on our way to that 50 burger, as the panel talked about.
Great slow-mo of Alexander finding the laces to rip that one to Sneed. It was his first catch of the ball game. Tyson Philpott already has a touchdown.
Alexander passes to Philpott for 8 yards to the Ottawa 33. Second and 10.
Well, real smart play calling here, too, with the combination of AC and Coach Moss on the sideline. It's these kind of play calls, too, will protect Davis Alexander. He'll still take his shots, don't get me wrong, but quick game, run game, chew up the clock, got the lead, move the football.
Inside run, Tice. Second and a couple. Falls forward once again.
Tice rushes for 3 yards to the Ottawa 30. Briggs Jr. with the tackle. Old man Kachuk was a toughie in St. Louis.
Boy, he's got a good one to learn from, too, in Jason Moss and Anthony Calvillo.
No doubt. Travis Tice again, back to work. The Alouettes here soon trying to give Ottawa a little dose of their own medicine.
Tice rushes for 8 yards to the Ottawa 22. Cormier with the tackle.
Tice is I mentioned in the first half, is one of the best in the league at breaking tackles. And here's yards after contact. And he's going after the top guys in the league, Justin Rankin, Diedrich Mills, leading the league in rushing too, and he's going after them. A few carries less than those guys.
I think we can all agree, if you have a running back with a bullet, he's not falling backwards at the end of a play, right? That guy's falling forwards. See if he does here. They give it to Tice once again. Downhill.
Tice rushes for another 8 yards to Ottawa 14. Revis with the tackle.
Is the actual superpower for Travis Tice? Like, what does he do really well? And it might be his vision. You know, the way he makes those jump cuts.
I don't know. Ryan Dirty, I wouldn't say Montreal's the real deal because Ottawa's thrown two interceptions, fumbled on a punt. So I would say 22 of the 23 points that they've scored so far is on turnovers. Montreal is usually Alexander usually has like 240 to 260 yards and 3 touchdowns by now. He only has 1.
Discussion, no question. But the guy throwing it to him. How do you not vote for this guy?
Well, this is the interesting challenge. There's an injured Redblack down on the field getting attended to right now. What do you do with the MOP nominee for the Montreal Alouettes? We'll discuss that.
Alexander passes to Philpott to the 5-yard line for 9 yards. Briggs Jr. with the tackle. Song drives me nuts. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Well, he has. I mean, he was at 1,000 yards in 8 games. And only a couple of guys have done that, Hal Patterson and Terry Greer. And you take a look at Pitt's year in 94, and I remember thinking, if a receiver doesn't win it this year, he may never win it.
Barry Wilson trying to earn back some trust in short yardage, but the MOP discussion is an interesting one because typically if your receiver's getting nominated, it's because he has outperformed his quarterback. But how do you argue that Davis has been outperformed by anyone right now?
Exactly. And when and that year, Doug Flutie was the starting quarterback for Calgary. Alan Pitts had his 2,000 yards, but Flutie had a huge season and was their nominee and won the award. One of a bunch of times he won the award. And that was the year I thought, well, if Alan Pitts can't win it after 2,000 yards receiving, I'm not sure a receiver will ever beat a quarterback.
Tough to do, but we'll see. As award season nears it for now. In the moment, Travis Tice in the Alouettes offensive line controlling the line.
Travis Tice rushes for 3 yards to the Ottawa end zone for a touchdown. So that also helps me in my fantasy
Taking nothing away from the year for Tyson Phil.
for my week long.
Maybe as we continue this discussion, we talk about maybe changing the rule so that two players can be in the discussion for outstanding player, or any of the awards for that matter. Doesn't have to just be one per team.
I think Davis handed that off before he was celebrating. He already knew it was going.
Yeah, he saw the blocking off that left side and said, "Oh yeah, he's in."
It's been that kind of season, but it is a great point. How fantastic would it be in the Grey Cup in Calgary coming up in November to have Tyson Philpott standing on a stage next to Davis Alexander for our team's highest praise.
Well, I'm not sure they can change the rule that quickly, but maybe down the road. You know, I've always thought that why does it have to be one per team? If you've got two guys that have earned the nominations on the same team, why not?
Travis Tyson is saying, "What about me on drives like this?" And that's the thing about the Alouettes offense is as soon as you start leaning in on Philpott and Alexander getting on the edge, it's like, well, Tyson's just going to drop you right up the middle.
Well, that's outstanding play calling too. It just loves the O-line. The O-line got a chance to lean on that front hand and go after it and run block. Quick game for Davis Alexander. Play calling that really protects their starting quarterback with a big lead over Ottawa.
Montreal continues to put up big numbers, 34.1 offensive points per game, tied for first with the Calgary Stampeders. 454 net yards per game, well ahead of second-ranked Toronto. Also scored no fewer than 29 points in any of their games. And already at 32 here is Daniel Adeboboye tries to create some energy on the Redblacks sideline. And gets it out to the 40.
Maltos Diaz kicks off for 66 yards to the Ottawa 14. Adeboboye returns it for 26 yards to the Ottawa 40.
In his first series, he was
Yes, a tush.
one incompletion that
A
first
tush.
series. They were on the 1 yard line, took 4 cracks with the penalty in there to get it in. But after that, went downhill. David Sanchez talking about that.
Bear passes to Eberhardt for 9 yards to the Ottawa 9.
It was an aggressive play. I only didn't like it because it was 1st and 5.
Trying to treat the playbook is wide open, and it obviously backfired. It's a gain of 9. Here for Eberhardt, one of the bright spots in this attack.
But Davis's point is a good one. You know, the one thing you don't want is to all of a sudden become super conservative and try to just not lose. I mean, it's too late now, but I mean that Ottawa doesn't want to do that either. So, you know, I get the point.
Crowd into it here. In late August, in Montreal, Bryson Barnes comes in with short yardage. Second and a full yard to go, and he'll try to sprint the right-hand side once again and goes as horizontal as he possibly can before finally getting escorted out of bounds by Micah Huawei. Led the CFL in tackles last year and playing an important but a bit of a depth role this year unless injuries have reared their ugly head.
It's one thing that Noel Thorpe might look at and just try to be a little harder on that edge. That was not your
Oh.
couple times that on short yardage that Barnes has got outside of the formation. And it just means that Najee Murray can widen a little bit more and come down hard on that corner.
There looks to throw here. Eberhardt is waiting at the 50, makes the grab, and Wesley Sutton all over him.
Bear passes to Eberhardt for 9 yards to Montreal 46. Sutton with the tackle.
One to go, so we'll see Barnes once again.
So if Najee Murray is still that edge player, he can shut this down by widening a little bit and then crashing the edge. A little bit wider and then crash down.
Right up the middle this time. Barnes goes. I was going to say, looked like Joffrey Canton.
Barnes goes for a 1 yard rush for 40 to the 45. First down, Redblacks. Micah Huawei with the tackle.
Take a little sprint horizontal, try to go wide again, but right up the chute he goes, picks up the first down. 7 minutes remaining, clock rolling, and down 22 points. So the Redblacks here to control.
man wins on that play.
Plenty of players standing to prove they belong.
Mayer passes to Pendleton for 7 yards to Montreal 38. Sutton with the tackle.
In the second half of the CFL season, based on their win-lose record, is a nice little jet sweep this time. Khalil Pendleton, the former. Speaking of receivers who get MOP nominees, Pendleton doing that last year for the Redblacks.
Yeah, and the talent. I mean, he's a player you can win with. And that's what Ryan Dinwiddie now looking at 0-10, staring that in the face. It really becomes the evaluation of the players he has, the moves he's got to make throughout the rest of this year and then into the offseason.
With the big waggle off the line of scrimmage here is Bear will pull it, looks to throw, and then just dumps it into the feet of an intended, and now flags come out.
Flags on the play.
See what Noel Thorpe does. I mean, he has got so many different looks. There's Perales, defensive end. Ken Narcoo's in his normal spot. But they'll shift around, looking like they're going to come, and then they'll just sit at the line, and that's Beverette that you don't see until late. Beverette's coming off the edge.
Major foul, unnecessary roughness. Montreal number 94.
Montreal 94, unnecessary roughness.
Christopher Johnson.
So it's going to be a first down, Ottawa.
The quarterback earlier was worse than that.
Yep,
That wasn't called.
Montreal 12. Okay, we're going to go another 10 yards. Okay, Montreal 12.
So Najee Murray said something.
Well, a bit of a throwback maybe here in the first quarter. Montreal number 12. 10 yards. Despite the difference in points from that first quarter, the Alouettes backing themselves up with some discipline issues here.
Mayer throws to Anderson. So they go from the 38 of Montreal to the 13. Trying to get the first one for that Redblacks. Yeah, it's not happening tonight.
Mustafa Johnson goes a long way on this. I mean, first of all, he lines up in the middle of the defense, so he's that defensive tackle right here. He's going to rush and then come back, and he's the guy who makes the tackle. This is how you become a good team. This is how you become an 8-1 team. Mustafa Johnson goes up on a double team, turns around, comes back, and makes a tackle on that check down the bell.
Mayer passes the bell for 3 yards to the Montreal 10. First and 10 at the 13. And there's a possible pass interference.
Now Robert Kennedy can say all he wants. That was early. Let's see the hit on Jake Bear.
Montreal number 37. Foul occurred in goal. First down at the 1-yard line.
Motion him up from the safety.
These refs freaking kill me. They can't even decide what's a penalty and what's not.
Kennedy, and bam, knocks him down. Ball in the air. No question there.
Blast right into the midsection of Jake Bear. Hops to his feet. Bryce Barnes back in with short yardage. To the right-hand side, he tries to sprint, now goes off tackle. Pushes the pile forward. Touchdown, Redblacks. And some much-needed life.
Okay, so you're right, Marsh. I mean, much needed to get that score, get in the end zone, penalty aided or not, whatever, get in the end zone, get that done. Okay, now Ottawa's got to look to stack, and the way they do that to stack a positive play is to get a turnover. They don't need it. They've never needed to turn over more on defense when Davis Alexander comes back out after this drive than right now. I mean, it's the type of complementary football you need.
So true. Try to put those plays together. Be helpful to go for two and tighten things down here. That's Bear.
Barnes gets another touchdown.
That way steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming from behind. And Bear brought down. 2 point, no good. And a flag But Johnson, who got tangled up again. Oh, boy. Didn't see a problem on the sack. Johnson was down around the goal line as Mayer got taken down in the middle of the field around the 5-7 yard line.
This is going against him, and he was getting blocked. Didn't see the number.
This is the top pick. I think it's Giancarlo. He got it into it one-on-one with Johnson. And so Vaccaro onto his feet. Helmet off for now.
Right. He throws Vaccaro to the ground.
After the play is a 15-yard misconduct foul against Montreal number 94. That 15-yard penalty will be applied on the kickoff.
You got to keep track of these misconducts because 2 and you're out.
9 plays, 70 yards in 4:21. And Mustafa Johnson, after the play was done, tangled up with the top overall pick in the CFL, but Bryson Carnes into the end zone for Ottawa. Here, thank you for
Do.
Let's take a look at Mustafa Johnson and his penalty. He gets right here, engaged in Vaccaro, and at the end of it, he feels like he's being held. You can tell by the way he got up in his body language. But that hog tie and throw him to the ground is a misconduct penalty.
hog tie or gator roll?
Gator roll.
A little bit of both.
Hog tied and gator rolled. Down he goes.
Full speaker catches the moonshot. Alouettes get possession back with Davis Alexander and a picturesque evening here in the beautiful city of Montreal, Quebec.
Oh my lord, shoot me now. This game's gonna drag on forever. Like, usually games are like pretty quick. This one's just dragging on. Them and all their commercials. Tomorrow night's game will be good though. I don't even know what to think of this game. I honestly don't. I mean, if you look at it from a Montreal perspective, it's practice. It's a scrimmage.
How much does he have to increase that pace to beat the record? And at 91, I can't remember exactly how many overtime games there were for Doug Flutie, but I want to say it was 4 or 5 overtime games that added to that total.
Doug was cheating then. No, he probably would have got there in regular time as well. They go back to Travis Tice. Inside, breaks 2 arm tackles and a third. Oh, he's hard to bring down. The big body of Travis Tice.
But this offense in its entirety is just fun to watch. I mean, they've got Mason in there at fullback who doesn't get enough credit for his blocking. I mean, he takes the edge player there.
Tice rushes for 17 yards to Montreal 49. Stafford with the tackle.
Executes his assignment.
Alexander passes to Philpott for 5 yards to Montreal 34. Cloyd with the tackle. Okay. This is the fourth quarter, or 3 minutes left, 3:30 left in the third quarter. Right now, Montreal's winning it by 1. So, Isidore, what's your good question? Alexander passes to Philpott for 11 yards to Ottawa 45. Cormier with the tackle. Montreal has the ball. See, this right here tells you this ball, who has it. Montreal has it currently. It is on the Ottawa 45-yard line.
His foot speed, outstanding, and such a smooth route runner coming out of his break.
Alexander looks to throw it down the right rail, up for grabs, and incomplete. Intended.
Alexander passes it incomplete to Hollins, broken up by
But Alexander Hollins giving Davis Alexander an opportunity.
Nukuba. The second, Montreal's challenging the play. Challenging it for defense pass interference. We need practice. Okay, Isidore. So, let me ask you this, Isidore. Have you watched Ted Lasso? The TV show. Because your practice thing reminds me of Ted Lasso.
You need a program. And so we used to call it, I don't know if they still do programs. We're probably on your phone now, but it's you take a look at no Demario Houston, no Shakir Brown, no Amari Henderson. Just trying to find different combinations to get that first win at Ottawa. That timing looked pretty good. Again, that was the Davis Sanchez drive the arm through the hands of the receiver when the ball's about to arrive. And as a corner, you're trying to read the eyes and the expression of the receiver running down the field. When he gets those eyes,
Isidore, have you seen Ted Lasso? The TV show? Okay. So, anyways, the one team. I'll wait till after this is done. No defensive pass interference. Okay. So, basically what happens is it's a guy who's coaching football, like this kind of football, in the U.S. and a lady hires him to go coach soccer football out in England. Well, the guy Alexander passes to Sneed for 22 yards to the Ottawa 23. Revis with the tackle. Ted Lasso. I'll show you. Ted Lasso. This is Ted Lasso. I gotta find the episode of the part. Which episode is it? Season 2. Oh, and you know what? I think it's season 1. Okay, where is... So anyways, the whole point was that Ted Lasso makes a comment. Oh, Alexander passes to Hollins for 22 yards to the 1. Barnes with the tackle. Anyways, right now, Montreal has won this quarter. Slum Goon. Terry Wilson with the touchdown. So, anyways, Isidore, the whole question is, so the one player gets pissed off, so he pretends that he's injured, and he's like, "Practice? You're not going to take part in practice?" Yeah, I'll have to find it. Let me find it.
So you want as a coach to have Davis Alexander continue to add to those totals in the fourth quarter, but now you've got a lead against an 0-9 team and possibly 39-16 here. Do you take your starter out and rest him for the fourth quarter?
Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on. Let me... I found the link for you. I just gotta copy and paste the link because I don't want the channel to get the live stream to get copyright. So give me 1 second and I'll get the link for you. Share. Copy. So here's the link. Once it posts, there's the link right there. That's the video I'm talking about. That's okay. We're just talking about practice. Not me, not them, but practice. That's what your comment on we practice math. The whole practice part of that.
Sharing a little bit of geography, but a couple of ex-rivals, teammates, are on the Alouette sideline before your schedule.
Johnson and Morales. This is just their second time lining up on the Owls D line with the Alouettes after 4 years as high school rivals in California. Morales had a chance to.
I put 4,000 on them to win that. To win that quarter or to. Oh. Yeah. Oh, nice. Diaz punts or kicks off for 65 yards to the 15. Hamilton returns at 19 yards to the Ottawa 34. Archibald with the tackle.
As we report, I'm still wondering about Mustafa Johnson was the same size as he is now in high school. Right now, he's 6'1" and 300 builds. I mean, what I'm saying, you walk up to a field. I remember going to a Yates Cup, but it was Guelph and Western. And Tavius Robinson, who's now in the National Football League, was playing first year for the Guelph Griffins. I walked in behind him, and my eyes were at the middle of his back. And I was like, who is this dude? Why are you here?
Grab you a sub, and I hope to return soon. I will go.
Football might be in your future if you're high school.
Yeah, some good. So we're doing a live stream tomorrow. Saturday's game will be on Sunday, and then so Sunday we're gonna do 2 games. One will be Saturday's game. Oh, Alouettes recover the ball. And then, so Sunday, there's going to be 2 games, the Saturday game and the Sunday game. Tomorrow, I'll be here. It's just Saturday's game. I will be at the game, but I'm still going to do a live stream about it on Sunday.
That will do it for 3 quarters of play. 39-16. The Alouettes in control. Jeffrey Canton-Arcou got chipped and popped it loose on Jake Mayer in his windup. The Alouettes control.
What's he at now? Oops. Are we gonna look forward?
Quarter to play here in Montreal. Number 12, the Ottawa Redblacks trail 39-16 against the dominant Alouettes. They continue to roll here at home. They did it to the Edmonton Oaks a couple of weeks ago, Susan. Now they're doing it at home against the East rival that they've been controlling for quite some time. Coach Stiegel and I have a question for you. The former quarterback. I mean, we have a question because what does it do to Jake Mayer, and could it be a spark to make a change? I don't think Canton-Arcou tipped that ball out of his hands. I think he just dropped it on his own. And again, I'm not blaming Jake Mayer for the score here or the 0-9 record completely. I don't think Canton-Arcou got there in time. He just dropped. So, your former quarterback, could it provide a spark to put MBT out there?
Well, the sideline certainly looks like it could use it right now from the Redblacks. It's a lot of guys sitting down, not a lot of talking going on. It's the Alouettes.
And it's a touchdown, but there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag out. And Alexander showing his frustration.
Oh, because Sneed was offside.
Offside. Montreal number 85. 5-yard penalty. Payne's first down. Guarantee you, Jason Moss in the post-game interview is going to be asked about his team. And
I'm tired of the celebrations. The Redblacks are not good. Why rub it in after every play? The praise. They just call the game, explain the play.
There's no question.
John, they gave the play away in the first quarter. When they threw that deep ball when they shouldn't have. and Montreal got that interception, that's when the game ends. Alexander passes to Tice for 9 yards to Ottawa 17. Cormier with the tackle.
I know that'll affect the overall pace for Davis Alexander. Like McLeod Bethel Thompson, is he starting to think about warming up?
Sure, he would love to.
Alexander passes to Philpott for 12 yards to the Ottawa 5.
Size of that window was the size of a porthole in a boat. It was tiny, and he fit it right through there. And yeah, you're right. I mean, Tyson Philpott turned around, the ball arrived. His dad, Corey, by the way, coaching at Langley Rams in BC. Pretty good player in his own right.
I was going to joke earlier when you said the lower leg drive and see the yards after the catch, and I was going to say, man, he looks like Jalen. Multiple ways. He looks like Jalen, a talented brother with Calgary.
Yes.
Both having tremendous seasons, but Tyson
through the roof. I mean, just huge numbers. I mean, on pace for 2,000. Kidding me? 2,300, as a matter of fact.
Marcus Barnes goes to the sideline here.
And the problem with it is, if you're an opposing defense, I don't care, even the good teams, is you really can't give him a whole lot of extra attention. You know, it's easy to say, let's take Tyson Philpott away and see if they can beat us with Tyler Snead, Cole Speaker, you know, Alexander Hollins. And the answer to that is, yeah.
After this, Crum has to come in.
Exactly.
Finding a way. This is a deep
Alexander passes to Philpott for a touchdown.
Looks to throw it on cue. Extending his CFL lead. Touchdown, Tyson Philpott.
Well, first of all, by the design of the play, Montreal brings in the big team, so they have extra protection. So basically, they go from 5 to 7 up front.
It's going to be more than that. Honestly, it would not surprise me if we see our first 60 of the year.
He has his choice. Probably could have thrown it to either one.
Yeah, it's like Davis wants Tyson to win the MLP.
So in our world, they could both be finalists.
I'd love to see it. We could just immediately change that rule and get both these guys, put the pitch, the catch, and the reception onto the stage in November. They certainly look like they deserve it.
Well, we guessed. What did we guess? We guessed what? 52? 62. And we're there now. I was trying to say earlier on the pregame show, Montreal will be able to get that themselves. I mean, at this point, you can almost say that it will be 56-16.
see Tyson Philpott because Davis Alexander was rolling out that way after the play fake. Stop it here. He didn't see him because he came from all the way on the backside. And then all of a sudden he flashes there. There's a push to the flat right over here. And the secondary is almost surprised to see him. Which is saying something, but it's number 6. Don't be surprised if you see him in the end zone with the ball in his hands.
You guys are having so much fun playing football right now.
Diaz kicks off for 55 yards to the Ottawa 25. Pimbleton returns for 37 yards. Oh, Bethel Thompson's now in. Well, Rich, I just asked him. I just sent him a message in the group chat. I'm like, so Jacob, is Montreal an S tier now after yesterday? And he goes, versus blank team, the amount of penalties has just been insane. Bethel Thompson to Anderson for 7 yards to Ottawa 44. Bethel Thompson to White for 9 yards, the Ottawa 53. Boschman with the tackle. Bethel Thompson throws incomplete to Eberhardt. 2nd and 10 at the Ottawa 53.
Up the football on the other side. You're right about the body language, though, and I know, it's a beatdown, and that, if anyone's hungry, that, like the panel said, that 50 burgers on its way, it looks like, but body language.
Bethel Thompson to White for 31 yards to the Montreal 26. Boschman with the tackle.
Right down the seam. Nice throw. Need of 31 yards. As the Redblacks moving. Chase, it almost slips out of his hands the same way.
Bethel Thompson throws incomplete. Broken up by Beverett. 2nd and 10 from the Montreal 26.
Bringing him in was better than any other option they could have of a current backup for someone in the CFL. Might be a third stringer just based on his experience and his big arm as well as this one hung up in the area of Justin Hardy. It is incomplete.
Bethel Thompson throws incomplete to Justin Hardy, broken up in the end zone.
A couple of deep shots though, and that's one thing that's been missing in this Red-Black offense throughout the season.
Jason, quick, look up. That's an S car got.
Chasing, looks like Drew Desjardins finally makes the tackle on Najee Murray. Different quarterback, same story for the Redblacks. A drive that ends in a turnover in the waiting hands of an Alouettes defender.
Bethel Thompson throws Pass is intercepted by Najee Murray and returns for 3 yards. 3 interceptions. What does Ottawa? Not bad considering that they're only 3.3K. I can live with it. I can live with that. $84. So Ottawa just threw an interception. So Alouettes have the ball on their 12-yard line. But so Slump, just so that you do know, I don't know if Alexander is still in the game or not. No, Dustin Crum's in the game, so Alexander's done. So Crum's coming in now.
One of the smartest guys you'll ever have a conversation with. Just loves the game. Continues to look for opportunities to get better. His next one is right now with 10 minutes left in this fourth quarter and leading by 30.
And this is a smart move. I mean, this is getting your all-star quarterback.
20 for 23, 260, and 2 touchdowns.
In the past, that's been nagging him a little bit.
Handed off to get things going. Davis Alexander, by the way, exactly.
Shamari Lawrence rushes for 17 yards to the Montreal 29.
Punctuation maybe coming in the fourth quarter here with the ground attack. And Shamari Lawrence refusing to be taken down.
Travis Tice getting a little bit of a break, too. There's been some key blocks.
To be honest, I've never done a bet like that before. Shamari Lawrence rushes for 4 yards to the Montreal 33.
But very important in that offense. 260 for Davis Alexander, so below his average if you're keeping track of that projection.
And off inside this time. Better job by the Redblacks holding it, but he's at exactly 3,400 passing yards this season. So pace is 6,120. That's your most recent. I feel like we're playing Price is Right for like the next 10 weeks. We're just going to be going, where's he at? Where's he at?
We're keeping track like that on Tyson as well. Yeah. Tyson Philpott out there because, and by the way, his dad used to coach in Langley, but yeah, when you
highlight of the night would be the 92-yard kick for 1 point. Yeah. Crum passes to Philpott for 12 yards to the Montreal 45. A day with the tackle.
This team, Montreal, one of the reasons it's going to improve to 9-1 is the way they practice, the way they compete. And Tyson competing here, he can easily just step out of bounds. But he goes and gets another extra 2 yards with his game well in hand. And takes the hit or actually delivers a blow on Alonso Adai.
That's one of those reps that is enjoy your time in the CFL, Ruben II, because Tyson Philpott, stutter, go, shut it down, feature around the corner when he's lining up the big hit. I mean, that is special stuff from Tyson Philpott.
Remember Crum in Ottawa, how well he can run the football. That 23 season.
Crum passes to Snead for 3 yards to the Montreal 48. So it's 2nd and 7.
You let him outside.
Payout is 13,333 with just 8K. So Slumpkin, what do you need to win that is the question. Crumb throws incomplete.
Speaker, ball set loose. And it's CJ Rivas. Got a clean shot on Speaker. Works his way back to his feet. Tap on the head from Stafford, who had the big tackle earlier on as well, but Hunting unit comes out for the Alouettes. Haven't said that very much here tonight.
No, you haven't. And there's that. This is a big hit too. This one, Speaker took a second to regroup, turned around, and
This is Ryan Dinwiddie going to throw a challenge, potentially looking for a creation of a turnover somehow.
Ottawa is challenging the ruling of an incomplete pass. The play will be reviewed.
they're saying that Speaker had it, and then the hit dislodged it, so it should have been a fumble that was immediately recovered by Ottawa. Actually, it looked like the officials kind of let it run and then blew the play dead.
See the frustration from Jason Moss.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't matter, does it? To coaches, they just want to keep on top of every detail.
To the credit of the Redblacks, for a team that's got no victories on the season, continuing to play hard, not just with the CJ Rivas hit there, but also the immediate recovery, which maybe inspired Ryan Dinwiddie being willing to take a look at this. They have an announcement.
After review by the replay center, the ruling on the field stands. It's third down. Ottawa, by losing a challenge, has lost the timeout.
Well, Suits, that is like me going fishing anywhere, just casting endlessly with nothing.
If you need
Taking
help,
a nibble on the other end.
if you need help fishing, you come to the right place, my friend.
I saw Brad Sinopoli in here earlier.
Oh yeah, he's a fishing guy.
Zima punts 42 yards to the Ottawa 20. Pimpleton returns it for 16 yards to the Ottawa 36.
The punt sent away. Joseph Zima. Falls to Khalil Pimpleton, who continues to fly his trade in the return game.
I mean, Montreal is winning by 30.
There's got to be something down there.
We'll find out after
Get the downbringers going.
They can lose by a field goal, so yeah, pick 6 here. Coast to coast.
Alexander Gagne, one of the talented special teamers, the big bodies moving around and playing plenty of roles on the teams for Byron Archambault's unit as he gives chase down the field here and continues to show why he is one of the elite. I got right in there with Barassa, the former Ottawa Redblack.
Well, his assignment there was first personal protector, so make sure the ball is kicked before you leave. And stay in your lane, and he did.
Jason's history as well in the Alouettes organization. This is the name Chip Cox. Ring any bells? Yeah. This guy who did a little bit of everything for so long.
You have to have guys like that. I mean, they're so important, and the teammates know. Special teams film room is the entire team.
Bethel Thompson incomplete to the outside for Pete McDonald, but you're looking at this year going forward. Asked him about guys that you like want him on defense. Does he do
McLeod Bethel Thompson passes to Hardy for 8 yards to the Ottawa 44. Beverett with the tackle. And then McLeod Bethel Thompson throws incomplete, so it's 3rd and 2. This game is just getting out of hand. This is worse than the Edmonton-Ottawa game earlier on in the year.
Teammates love it. They watch it together. They watch the tape together. Maybe the quarterbacks aren't in there, but the rest of the team is. And then they break off into their groups, offense, defense, etc.
So again, it hangs this one high above Percival Molson and Monte Dedman.
Oh, there's a flag on the play. Unnecessary roughness on Ottawa's Matthew. 15 yards go from the Montreal 26 to the Ottawa 41.
Inspired by the
Big foul, unnecessary roughness. Ottawa number 9. 15 yards. First down.
The call comes in from Tim Croker, our referee. And with 5:11 remaining, 46 points hanging on the board, and Montreal back to work with Dustin Crum.
It'd be funny if you cashed now and then it ended up cashing at the end.
Crum hands it off inside. Shamora Lawrence gets some run here. They've also taken Travis Tice out of the ball game. And the Alouettes trying to track down the season high 48 points.
I think he said he cashed out, so he cashed out early.
Go here at home against the Edmonton Elks.
So this is game 1 of a big weekend of football. Wraps up with BC and Saskatchewan on Sunday. But
Shamari Lawrence rushes for 6 yards to the Montreal 47, and then he rushes for 14 to the Ottawa 49.
look at some of the big catches this year, because Tyson Philpott has a few of them.
He has made some special ones as the Alouettes backup unit. All about competing and continues to push the football right down the throats of the Redblacks. As we look at some of the best catches of the season, and you'll see a couple of familiar people in this pack.
Well, you'll see number 6 a bunch, but yeah, there's Philpott stealing one off the back of a defender.
You know, this
Lawrence rushes for 4 yards to the Ottawa 45.
Saskatchewan last week, one of the best, but you're looking at a top 10. How many does Philpott have? 4 or 5?
special ball skills put on display throughout this year. I'll hand it off again to Lawrence, who stutters his feet. Philpott, by the way, 5 touchdown catches in the last 2 games. He had that 3 touchdown performance against Edmonton here at home. So then the bye week comes back. He only had 1 touchdown in his first 6 games.
Well, there was so many of them we had to go to a second reel.
Some Goon, I'm happy for you.
You know Kenny Lawler's going to be involved.
Yeah, touch wood to make sure that you're alive.
This is my favorite. The body control on that one. Play it back in slow-mo. He ran full speed, and then at the last second jumped. This and just hung him in the air. Philpott has done a little bit of everything this season, and no signs of slowing down, which makes everybody here at Percival Molson who has
The only thing that's going to suck is when you have to pay tax on your winnings at the end of the year. That's the part that's going to suck. All right, 500. We got a good amount. 2 back-to-backs. This game's second half is beautiful. I mean, Ottawa is the worst team in the league. Who do they play next week? They play BC next week. I don't know, BC. That's going to be an interesting one because I don't have faith in BC to beat Ottawa. Oh, Mountain Climber, Canada, we don't play. Yeah, but Isidore, you got to remember, if depending on where you pay. So if you play any winnings from FanDuel, DraftKings, Bet365, all of that is taxed money at the end of the year.
Looks a heck of a lot like a bobblehead that I've seen around here tonight. That's the look. That's the bobblehead look.
Slump Goon, hopefully that happens.
He knows. It's on the big screen here, and he's shaking his head. I love it. Oh, they love him. Davis loves being in Montreal, clearly. That's great. Backup Dustin Crum completes this one. Marco Dubois. It's the rare touch and walked out of bounds. Davis Alexander to 21. Wow.
Start the season. One of the reasons that scoring has been up so far is that 3 of those 4 was hopefully coming back before the end of the season. Injured in Hamilton, but 3 of those 4 playing this year. Both got Hamilton started. Nathan Rourke seems to be getting in the groove, and let's not forget Trevor Harris, also former Alouette.
Plenty of competitive football in front of us, a great quarterback play.
Lawrence rushes for 2 yards to the Ottawa 37.
Lawrence here, a little bit of garbage time with the Alouettes.
Garbage time, yeah, okay.
Their role and their dominance over not just the Ottawa Redblacks, but also the CFL's East Division.
Highest quarterback efficiency rating of all time this year. That's how well they've been playing.
See, if I would have known I just had to wear a toque in August in order to have that kind of efficiency, I would have done it. Crum looks left, comes back right. Alexander Hollins on the screen, and the offensive line still out rolling. Just finding white uniforms to lead to the turf.
Yeah, maybe the most underrated group on this team. I mean, there's so many big stars that we talk about and huge numbers, but those 5 guys, is there a better group of 5 in the league than the offensive line in Montreal? I don't think so.
Anyone who's ever driven the 401 between Montreal and Toronto understands the Great Wall of 401 when it's 3 lanes wide and there's just 3 transport trucks. To me, that's kind of what the screen game is for the Alouettes with their offensive line. Is sometimes there's just 3 transport trucks that are all moving together as one unit.
I'm really trying to follow you. I just want you to know.
You've never been stuck in the 401?
I just want you to know this blank expression on my face is not me trying to not follow you. I really was trying to follow you. I've been on the 401 and I've been parked on the 401. So,
world's longest parking lot. But thankfully, we made our way to Montreal as Amondu is.
Yeah, I've never won a parlay either. Maybe the whole thing is you got to pick who wins each quarter. Oh, I've won on bingo a few times. Usually, I used to go on New Year's Eve And I won a couple grand on New Year's Eve.
Trying to hold things together as the Redblacks will drop to double-digit losses and a donut in the win call in a minute 51. Lawrence, the handoff down to the 25-yard line.
Sorry, no, Marsha. I was just contemplating. At this point, it's evaluation time for Ryan Dinwiddie. It really is. I mean, they're not making the playoffs.
Oh, someone's on the field. Someone's on the field. We got a streaker.
Saskatchewan BC game.
I was going to say the Riders-Lions one is really interesting to me. I mean, they all are, but just the rhythm that you get the sense that BC could get real hot real soon. And Saskatchewan being a little bit desperate after a loss they certainly didn't feel like they deserved against Hamilton last week, but the Ticats were able to earn.
Yeah, we haven't seen the final rosters for that game on Sunday yet, but all indications are that Sam Emilus will be back, and that will help in the big play department for Saskatchewan offensively. A couple of Redblacks going down here late in this game, but
To Clyde. We've had 3 people injured in two plays.
Trevor Harris, I saw all week in all of his interviews, very determined and trying to make it clear that, hey, even defending champions have a game where it's not all clicking the way they want it to.
I think as well, like people got to realize just the length of the CFL season, how much of a grind it is. There's even for the Montreal Alouettes, it has been darn near perfect.
I missed out on a hockey pool in '94 end of the season. Oh, that sucks.
This good, this consistently, but that's why these fans have been here and stayed here through all of these home games, is because they've fallen in love with this club. And you get that sense kind of building a little bit in Edmonton. You see it happening again in Saskatchewan.
All those kids have bobbleheads, by the way. But you're right, though. I mean, this has been a beatdown, and they're not leaving. They're enjoying every second of this.
I love it. I've had 2 moments being here calling games in Montreal this season that stick out. One is Davis Alexander coming out of the tunnel for their home opener and the crowd exploding, which drove home to me. It was kind of like that you see with the Bell Center and the Montreal Canadiens, when legends will come out. It felt like that. And the other was Tyson Philpott, after a couple of victories in big games early in the season, getting introduced, week 4, week 5, somewhere in there. And it was the same thing. It was just this explosive pop of energy inside this stadium. It's so much passion for this team and the Stars that continue to push them.
Oh, are we going to hit 40 here?
About a minute remaining. And the injured Redblacks are off to the sideline as the football is out.
Oh, and they fumble it.
And Ottawa will get a recovery. All right, Lawrence working on the ball security here late.
Well, like you mentioned earlier with the score, what it is, and the fact that this Red Black team is at 0-10 now. To have a couple of guys that you look late in the game that are still working real hard, and this is what Ryan Dinwiddie with his team now has got to do. He's got to evaluate which guy is quit, which guy stopped playing when the score got out of hand. Because those guys won't be around long.
Bob Bethel Thompson trying to get everybody organized as well as right into the offensive backfield.
Mario Anderson, former Rider, rushes for 2 yards.
The Ottawa Redblacks, could they find a victory in the near future?
No.
Well, you look at those teams and you look at their records and you say, okay, well, they're all losing records. But then you look at those teams and you know what the makeup of those teams are. And because for the
Anderson rushes for 5 yards to the Ottawa 12.
jammed up and tight, that losing records aside, I mean, Calgary's better than their record. BC, you just mentioned, is on their way. You feel like their offense is going to start clicking in a big way, especially with Xander Horvath and the combination of him and Jake Butler in the backfield. I think that's another handful for any opposing team this week, Saskatchewan. So Dinwiddie's got to continue to evaluate and find out, who wants to be there and who wants to compete. See if they can't find through that schedule. You just saw one win in there at least to help them sleep at night. Because I guarantee you, those guys.
And the game is over, and it's a final.
Wondering what they can do to get better.
And so, Temple Thompson already debriefing respect between the two starters.
Montreal wins 46-16. Montreal moves to 9-1. Ottawa is 0-10. But we will be back tomorrow night as we have the Winnipeg Blue Bombers 5-4 at the Edmonton 7-3 at 9:30 Eastern tomorrow night. But I do appreciate everyone for stopping by and checking out today's live stream. This is Rick from Hamilton Sports Central, and have yourself a great rest of your night.